After one of the most volatile weeks of the year, the crypto market heads into the October 11th to 12th weekend balancing fear and momentum. Bitcoin briefly tested new highs, then tumbled toward $114,000 before stabilizing around $121,000. Ethereum remains capped below $4,900, Solana is building energy near $245, and XRP still refuses to break that $3 ceiling. With record ETF inflows but rising uncertainty from the US government shutdown, this weekend's tape is a tug-of-war between bullish structural demand and short-term macro noise. Let's break it down. Macro and market context, data delays, ETF demand, and policy drift. The US government shutdown has thrown a wrench into economic reporting schedules. We'll still get the official CPI print on October 24th, but until then, markets are flying half blind. The last available inflation data, August PCE, showed 2.7% headline, 2.9% core, which keeps the Fed in data-dependent mode. The Fed's late September 25 basis point hawkish cut was meant to ease conditions without committing to a full-blown cutting cycle. That's why every macro release between now and late October could trigger knee-jerk volatility in risk assets, including crypto. But here's the bullish counterweight: institutional flows. The latest CoinShares report shows $5.95 billion of net inflows into crypto ETFs last week, the largest on record. Breakdown: Bitcoin, $3.55 billion inflows; Ethereum, $1.48 billion inflows; Solana, $706 million inflows; XRP, $219 million inflows. These flows are the structural floor beneath price, and the main reason pullbacks keep finding buyers. Technical landscape: the levels traders are watching Bitcoin after retesting the all-time high area around $125, $126K earlier in the week. BTC sold off intraday to around $114.5 thousand before rebounding to $121, $122K by Friday's close. Your key zones are: support, $117, $120K, former resistance turned potential demand; deeper support, $112, $114K, then $107, $110K resistance, $125, $127K, then $130,000 momentum indicators, RSI/MACD, still lean bullish, RSI is high but not overheated, and MACD remains positive. If BTC closes the weekend above $120,000, the uptrend remains intact. A daily close below $117,000 would open room for a controlled pullback. Ethereum remains in a healthy uptrend but can't break its ceiling. The key resistance zone remains $4.85, $4.95K, with strong support around $4.30, $4.50K. If ETH loses $4.20, $4.30K, the summer channel risks a deeper mean reversion. Indicators are neutral, RSI mid-range, MACD slightly positive. The elephant in the room: last week's $796 million ETF outflow, the largest since launch, continues to cap enthusiasm. Bulls need to see that reverse before ETH can challenge $5,000 again. XRP's chart remains a lesson in patience. It's been trapped in a $2.8, $3.1 range for weeks. Resistance, $3.10, $3.20. It's been rejected there repeatedly without volume. Support, $2.84, $2.90, with secondary demand near $2.70, $2.60. Momentum remains flat, no directional bias. XRP needs a clean, volume-backed breakout above $3.10, $3.20 to unlock a run toward $3.30, $3.50. Solana continues to behave like the institutional altcoin. It's holding a higher low structure, with support at $195, $205 and pivots around $225, $235. A daily close above $245, $250 would project a move toward $260, $280. Last month's $145 million single-day ETF inflow remains a strong signal that big money is accumulating dips, but remember, Sol trades as high beta to BTC and ETH. If majors wobble, Sol follows. Fundamentals: what's driving the flows? Let's talk fundamentals beyond charts. Bitcoin remains the macro hedge. Its ETF pipeline is robust, and the $3.5 billion inflow last week proves institutions view BTC as the debasement trade. Ethereum continues to anchor institutional infrastructure via staking, stablecoins, and tokenization rails. The recent outflow week isn't a red flag yet, think rotation, not rejection. XRP benefits from US regulatory clarity and the SEC's new generic ETF listing standards, which make it easier for institutions to gain exposure, but again, price must confirm. Solana is winning the institutional alt narrative, with ecosystem growth, treasury integration, and real adoption through DeFi, gaming, and token launches. The regulatory backdrop, particularly the SEC's ETF reforms, remains one of 2025's biggest bullish structural stories for the entire asset class. Sentiment, traders split between FOMO and fatigue. The mood is mixed. Last week's liquidation flushed below $110,000 reset leverage, but this week's whipsaw back toward all-time highs as traders cautious. Retail chatter screams BTC $130,000 incoming, while pros are watching ETF flows and macro data instead of price hike. Social feeds show recurring narratives. Bitcoin, hold $120,000 and it's game on. ETH, outflows must stop before $5,000 breaks. Sol, still leading alt rotation. XRP, wait for the $3.10 confirmation. It's optimism with guardrails, nobody's all in, but few are short either. Trade plans, buy, sell, or wait. Bitcoin buy, on daily close above $125,000 with strong spot volume. Target $127, $130K. Wait, during consolidation $117, $120K, accumulation zone only if ETF inflows stay positive. Sell/hedge, on a close below $117,000, risk of retrace toward $112, $114K. Ethereum buy, on dips to $4.3K, $4.5K only if intraday MAs reclaim and spot leads. Add, on breakout above $4.9,000, target $5.2, $5.5K. Reduce, if price slips under $4.2K, $4.3K. XRP buy, only after a high volume close above $3.10, $3.20. Wait, while stuck $2.84, $3.10. Reduce, on close below $2.70, $2.75. Solana buy, on breakout above $2.45, $2.50, aim for $2.60, $2.80. Buy dips, around $1.98, $2.05 only if BTC/ETH hold firm. Avoid, if sustained under $1.95, $200. Altcoins keep high beta exposure below 5% until BTC is stable above $120,000 and ETH holds above $4.9,000 for at least one full session. Stick with liquid majors and fee-generating DeFi tokens, avoid hype coins in thin weekend liquidity. Risks that could flip this outlook: flow shock. If ETF inflows suddenly reverse, especially ETH or BTC, expect fast rejections. Macro surprise, a rates or CPI leak during the shutdown period could trigger risk off. Microstructure, weekend liquidity plus high leverage equals air pockets near BTC $126,000 or SOL $250. Use stops and size small. So heading into the October 11th to 12th weekend, Bitcoin's rally remains structurally intact, Ethereum is coiling below resistance, Solana keeps leading alt momentum, and XRP still needs confirmation. ETF flows are your guide, stay with the trend while they're positive, but respect your stops if macro volatility flares. This is not financial advice, and I am not your financial advisor. Crypto is volatile and can result in total loss. Always do your own research, size positions prudently, and trade confirmation, not emotion. Like this weekly crypto breakdown? Subscribe for clear, data-driven forecasts every Monday. Stay informed, stay disciplined, and trade smart.